Dopest community was good. Yo, so I listened to the Iceman album, y'all. I was at work on Friday, I listened to it. And then after that, I listened to Made of Honor. Then after that, I listened to Habibti. I think that's how you say it. But I listened to that one. So that's the order I listened to it in. Apparently, you're supposed to listen to Habibti first, and then Maid of Honor, and then after that, Iceman. That was the order. I didn't do it that way. Straight up, I liked Iceman more than I liked the other two. The other two, man, it's just like, I don't know, man. It's like he's in different pockets. So I feel like Drake is trying to corner the market with all, was it like 43 songs in total or something like that? He's trying to corner the market with all these different sounds and everything. So Habibti is like more experimental. Maid of Honor is kind of like the middle. So to me, I like Iceman. The Iceman to me is the best one, and then Habibti is the worst, and then Maid of Honor is kind of in the middle. The last two aren't for me. You know what I'm saying? Iceman, it's got some hits up here. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta keep listening to it and everything. Like I try to give it the most unbiased critique as possible. So even when we go into the first track, right? So we talk about Make 'Em Cry, what I enjoyed about Make 'Em Cry is the way that it started. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody always tells Drake to open up. So I say it all the time. I want Drake to rap about like how it was like living in Tennessee, being black, you know, with your dad, and then your mom's in Canada and she's white. You know what I'm saying? Like a mixed Jewish kid. That's what I want to hear about. You know what I'm saying? Just like how suburban kids like hearing about stuff going on in the hood. I want to hear about what's going on like that. Like that's an interesting story. But we already know how Drake came up, right? So even the way he starts, he's like, "I'm an only child. No one could have made another. I have a father, my mother, and treat my son." He's like, "I have a father, my mother, and treat my son's grandfather like my older brother." So he treats his dad like his older brother. The skies are gray in Toronto. They not a golden color. I'm feeling like BTS because it took a whole career to for me to be a soul discover or something like that. So that's a shout outs to BTS and everything. I think that's the isn't that like the Asian group, like the Asian pop group and everything, the K-pop group, something like that. But he goes in like when he goes into like the different like pockets and everything, it's like the introduction to the album. I like the whole battling scheme when he's like random intrusive thoughts. But what happened to Taz's Angels? That right there, feel like those are Easter eggs and everything. People were talking about Taz's Angels, and then when it comes to Dr. Dre and his affiliation with like one of the girls in Taz's Angel, I believe. And then he's like, this is the part that was dope to me when I heard it before the track went off. He was like, "Niggas want to talk about a battle. I'm battling patience, nigga. I'm battling frustration. I'm about to turn 40, dog. I'm battling Asian. I'm battling the fact that the album ain't even dropped. Already they ass is complaining. Fuck it, I'll battle the labels. Fuck it, I'll battle the majors. I'll battle the stations till my ass is back in rotation." So he's talking about fighting back for the radio hits because you know that Kendrick took it. Shout outs to the real fans that knew what I had in the basement. Shout outs to the fake fans I thought we had an arrangement. How many times have you tried to tell me I had a replacement? So obviously, how many times have you told me these people are better than me and I could be replaced? How many times are you about to ask if I had a vacation? You know, people were telling Drake to take a break. He's like, how many artists I've had to witness to how many artists have I had to witness do bad imitations? You know, people trying to be him, which to me is kind of funny because you know we know Drake has different sounds that you know he be taking for people. Niggas want me all bent out of shape, rattling, shaking. So obviously, like a snake. My dad got cancer right now. We battling stages. That one right there gave me chills when I heard that, man. So then the way he finishes it, trust me when I say there's plenty things that I'd rather be facing. And that right there was make him cry right there, man. That was make him cry. And so I was like, okay, that's the way it starts. Okay, I get it, I get it. And then next we have what we got? Why is it doing this to me? We got make him cry. Then after that, we got dust, right? So we got so yeah, so Dust, right? The way Dust was when I was listening to Dust at work, I was like, okay, when I first heard it, and I was like, I didn't like the way it started. I was like, man, this is I don't know, I get it, man, but this ain't really the second track you want to start with. You just opened up with Make Them Cry and everything. And also, y'all, we got the four Make'ems, right? So Make Them Cry, Make Them Pay, Make Them Cry, Make Them Pay, Make Them Know, and what's the other one? And Make Them Remember. Those all four of those are like straight up disses. Like they're talking that shit. I mean, the album has a bunch of shots all over it, but those ones right there, the whole make them, that's like the whole scheme when it comes to those. But anyways, but like Dusty saying go blow the dust off your plaques and everything. Obviously, he's talking about Kendrick amongst other people and everything, you know. But what I like about it is the way it switches up. My favorite part, it switches up three times. My favorite part is at the end, like the last like 50 seconds of it, and it's got like a different sound and everything. The shit is dope, you know. And he's just like he's going like he's just going in, man, like like Girls from Atlanta, they call me Santa. And I was just like, oh man, I don't know about this, man. They got the auto tune and everything. I was like, I don't really like that. And then after that, it just switches. Go below dust off the plaques. Go below dust off the plaques. What was the year they say US slaps? Because I don't remember it going like that. Like it's just like I was like, okay, okay, all right, Drake, okay, I see. You know what I'm saying? He's still over here fighting, still responding to like Kendrick stuff, but then he's saying like we ain't heard none of your raps, but then he's responding to it. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this as unbiased as possible, like straight down the middle and everything, right? So he's just talking about blowing the dust off the plaques. And then he had a hard line at the end. He's like, I'm BTC crypto big timer. I'm a corporate America hit survivor. Got a real big heart. I'm a fucked up guy though. Those ain't my haters. Those are my secret admirers. New Year's Eve, police escort, because I can't miss the fireworks. I heard your brother got flipped, did it sloppy, so that wasn't our work. So pretty much saying if I would send somebody to do it, it wouldn't have survived. It was sloppy. It was done sloppily and everything. So yeah, so that's what he's talking about up there. Pretty much, yeah, he says, yeah, he's like, I'm not better or wiser. Future the Prince is my trusted advisor. It's up to me. I get everyone hit, I get everyone lined up. The thing about Drake, when he starts talking the mob stuff, man, that's when I'm just like, bruh, like, you ain't gotta do that, man. See, me personally, I was a Drake fan, like back in like 2009, I believe. Like when we had So Far Gone, the mixtape. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was like really up there, when he was talking about how Fonte is his favorite rapper and everything, and he was talking about Pusha T and him getting like a Pusha T microphone and all that stuff. That's the Drake that I liked because he was just like he was doing his thing. Like nobody was doing what he was doing. Nobody expecting him to be tough. Nobody wanted to be the tough guy. Nobody expecting him to be a thug. Wayne even gave him pointers and said, "Yo, don't get tattoos. Don't be out here smashing other dudes' girls. Don't do this. Don't do that." And then he did it anyway. He did everything. They ended up smashing Wayne's girl and getting a tattoo. But I digress, man. We're talking about the album, but this is kind of like the things what you're watching him turn into. Creatively, he is still like great at what he does. All right. So the next track, all right, next track we have. All right, so next track we got Whisper My Name. Now I like Whisper My Name. Like Whisper My Name is fire, dog. I ain't go front, man. Like the people that say this album is 100% garbage, I disagree with that. But at the same time, I understand, y'all. I definitely understand. You hear it one time, you're like, I ain't listening to this shit again. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's one of them albums where the more you listen to it, the more you start to get it. Now, if you don't like the way Drake is talking this shit up here, you're just not gonna like it, period. You know what I'm saying? Because there's songs up here that I like it. I like it sonically, but the lyrics, I'm like, dang man, the lyrics, man, he ain't gotta do that though. You know what I'm saying? But the song sounds good, right? So obviously Whisper My Name, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing, you got Kendrick talking about like Candyman, say his name, and I promise you'll see Candyman. He's saying, whisper my name, like, something could happen to you. So this one right here, I believe this was more like a diss to like, in my opinion, like Pharrell and like the clips in this one to me. And you already know I'm from Virginia and everything, so I'm gonna try to keep it as unbiased as possible. But yeah, he's even when you watch the video, right? So in the video, you got these guys around. I think this the video. You got the guys around the TV and everything. Yeah, you got these three people around the TV. With the Pinocchio mask. So it's like when I first watched this, I'm like, is this supposed to be Malice, Pusha T, and Pharrell? Because if you listen to what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? And then it looks like they're watching him. They're watching like the Iceman release and all that other stuff. So he's like, you guys are my fans. And he even says he's like ashes to ashes, dust to dust. The dustiest niggas been fucking with us. He's like, am I your goat? Well, probably not. I probably was, but you probably forgot. My white label had to go white label shit when he stepped out of his body and finally got hot. That right there is crazy. Had me in the tools, hand me the tools like I'm picking a lock. Me and my white bitches kissing a lot. So of course he gotta throw the bitches in there all the time, right? So then he goes to when he says, I heard what you said to Lil Bro about me. Yeah, and when you run to the Iceman, what you gonna do except freeze? So he's talking this shit like when I see you and everything, this is what's gonna happen. And this part right here, I believe this was a shot at Kanye. He was like, I'm flying. He's like, if I'm flying, he's like, if I'm lying, I'm flying. Then he's like, economy. I bet I know who I see. So what Kanye West was spotted, flying economy and everything. So Drake is saying, you won't catch me there, but if I was there, I know who I would see. Um, he was like, you know how I fly, cause I land at the beach. When you land, you can see me. You whisper my name, cause the weight that it carry. You can't even speak. Yeah, you can't even speak. So he's like talking this shit And then he's got then the second verse is like, I'm doing my big one, you doing a little one. What kind of man are you? A middle one. So you're a middle man. He's like, yeah, my brother said he want a blue beam. I'ma get him one. My new ting don't know how I live. She's shopping at Erewhon? I forgot what I don't even know that word right there. It's too rich for me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's over in LA. Okay. And then he's like, my YGs are fasting and praying. You lucky it's Ramadan. Otherwise, they will be posted outside like a Pentagon. So he's talking his shit again, man. You niggas be hitting the net for some love. You a tennis ball. I'll take 500K, not the dinner. I never could learn shit from none of y'all. So that right there, obviously, he's talking about Jay-Z. You know, Jay-Z, you had the whole meme, like, you know what I'm saying, a dinner with Jay-Z or 500,000. Jay-Z even said you should have took the 500,000. So Drake is saying he'll rather take the 500,000. He can't learn nothing from Jay. You know, so he's got shots for Jay-Z on this album as well, man. So that was pretty much like Whisper My Name. All right, why won't it just let me go to the next joint? It won't let me go to the next joint. It's all good. So then now we got Janice. Now Janice is like this one is different. Janice is different. So this one right here is kind of like this one is this the one? I think this is the one that got the Jay-Z diss in it though. But pretty much Iceman is a lot of disses, man. For y'all that don't know, Iceman is like a whole lot of disses and everything. You know, and it's like that whole reach me, baby, that whole thing right there. And then I saw like Timbaland had posted that that's gonna be like the song right there. He's like, trust me, that's gonna be the song. And we already know what Timbaland doing, man, with these AI, like these AI artists and everything. Like it's just like, it's crazy, man. So, you know, he's talking this shit up here. You know, he's got like a real catchy hook. So I believe it's gonna be a radio hit just because it's really catchy. It wasn't like I get it. I don't like the chorus up here, but the song itself is pretty decent. He was like, "Hey, buried alive, someone come dig me up," you know, because everybody's saying I'm dead. If I call up your shorty right now, she picking up. Your boys got big off my name. That's big enough. We know how your OG's rocking already. My nigga, the jig is up. So obviously a shot at Jay-Z. We know how your OG's rocking already, my nigga. So the jig is up. Jigga, Jay-Z. He's like, they say the truth will set you free. Well, mine is gonna stream while you watch in HD. They say karma could take an eternity. Yours is dropping the same night as me. That right there is crazy. Your karma is dropping the same night as me. Funny thing is that they ain't going to compete. You gonna get yours while I'm doing me. You gonna get yours while I'm doing me. And then you hear, hey Janice, shut the fuck up. I still don't really know what that means. Whoever, I don't know who Janice is. Um, I don't know who Janice is. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all know who Janice is. I've been trying to figure that out. And then he gets to the verse two. He's like, I'm tired of y'all telling me niggas is real pussy. I know when it's real. And he's like, you only come home to pose and pop off a look, but you forgot how it feels. Shot Town popping a pill, going to drill, looking for someone to kill. White kids, and then now he's talking about Kendrick right here. He's like, white kids listen to you because they feel some guilt, and that's how your soul gets fulfilled. So obviously, people feel guilty when they listen to Kendrick. That's what he's saying. Handing out turkeys on camera inside of your hood, then you go back to the hills. So pretty much saying like you're not really outside. He said stuff like that about Kendrick multiple times about how Kendrick just does it for the show and everything, and then he's really selfish. You know, he just does that for the show and he disappears. But I don't know, man. I'm gonna leave that for another video. So this right here is crazy when he said like this right here. He said, how many houses you build? How many souls did you heal off the back of your deal? Then now he's talking about Kendrick's deals again. Different between niggas getting you out of a deal and letting you out of a deal. Damn. So he's like, I'm getting out of my deal. Niggas let you out of your deal. So he's like, I know that came with something. So he's like, against your will, how many new names do you got on your will? So pretty much saying like, did you put these niggas in your will to get out of your deal? Like, how many people did you put on the? So when you die, how much money they getting? That's the only way you got out of the deal you was in. That's what he's saying about Kendrick. And then the whole day, if you look at all these dams, right? He's like letting you out of your deal. Damn, against your will, how many new names do you got on your will? Damn. And then obviously the album Damn, you know what I'm saying? That's what I believe he's saying. And then he's like, how many more times is y'all gonna keep calling it soft when it's silk? Damn, you know what I'm saying? This isn't soft, it's silk. Pretty much saying this ain't soft, like this is butter right here, it's smooth. He's like, how many more interviews y'all gonna do just to get Ice to chill? Damn, they trying to cover it up like a quilt. Rory go skirt on a boy like a kilt. So obviously Ferrari, kilt, skirt. Keep it 100 like a paper like Wilt. That right there is hard too. Tricking it off on her, paying her bill. See, this is like when he goes into stuff like this, like that's when it's like that's when you got like the filler raps. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause he's talking his shit. He's in that bag. Then after that, he start talking about the ladies and come back. But that's Drake style. You know, tricking it off, paying her bill. That's just how I do the sauce and the spill. These hoes know I pop it for real. These hoes know I pop it for real. So that's Drake getting his Drake bag and everything. But he comes through and he talks his shit. You know, so that's what it is. So next we have what we got next. Now we got Ran to Atlanta. So Ran to Atlanta, I believe Ran to Atlanta is going to be the one that a lot of people play because of what it is. You ran to Atlanta when you hit a few dollars. You know, you ain't a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. Now, this was really interesting to people as well because when it comes to this, everybody's trying to figure out, yo, like, why are you doing a song with Future? You're talking about all these people that you can't forgive, and then Future literally is the track that set everything off. Kendrick got on Future's track like that, and that's what ignited everything. And then you bring Future back. And then it's kind of like Drake is saying, like, yeah, Kendrick, you know, yeah, I ran to Atlanta. Look at this. This is ran to Atlanta. I got Future. So he looks at kind of like one up in Kendrick. I don't really look at it that way. I'm more confused about it because it doesn't make any sense to me. I understand like 21 Savage being down with Drake because he never switched up on him. It's wild to me, man. It's wild to me, but to each his own. You know, so if Future comes through, you know what I'm saying? Free bands, turn this shit up again. Whatever it gonna take to get bro out the can, cutting these ties up. I don't think that's not. Is that Future that starts it off? It is. Yeah, that was him. Whole went down the road. I didn't listen to this a lot of times. Like I didn't really like the song for real. And then you know, so pretty much you got Drake up here talking this shit. He's like outside his back to what it was. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're back to regular schedule programming. Me and Future on the track. Yeah, we had the whole thing that happened 2 years ago, but me and Future are back. What you gonna do about it, right? So he's like, Atlanta, tell you about my run. You know what I'm saying? He's like, ask Pluto Bank or 21. You know what I'm saying? Ask these Atlanta rappers. They know about my run. You know, I done put up half when he was like, I done put up half. What's done is done. You know what I'm saying? Two cars in the back, two in the front. You know what I'm saying? He goes in that bag. They say they so down for me, got a punt. You understand? You know what I'm saying? So the whole they're so down for me, got a punt, fourth down, you got a punt, and then he goes into the whole understand scheme. Me and Hendrix backed by popular demand, got a 3-ticket Richie on my hand. I went to St. John Baptist on the Lamb. I went Laurie Lynn Stark on my pants. So he's over there talking this shit, flossing and everything like how Drake does. You know, so Rat in Atlanta, that's pretty much that's pretty much what it's about right there, man. And then he goes back into it like with the chorus and all that stuff. So the chorus is the whole thing, you know, Atlanta tell you about my run and all that other stuff. So let me see if he had anything else in here. Yeah, so pretty much that's pretty much what it was when it comes to that. You know, and then he's got Molly Santana up here as well. I didn't know who that was, so I looked them up and everything. I think from what I looked up, y'all correct me, man. I believe like I'm not sure if it's true or not online. Like I said, I never heard him, but I think it's like a transgender rapper or something like that. You know, that when I looked it up, that's what I saw. So y'all let me know, man. I never heard of them before. All right, so next we have Shebang. Shebang is actually getting a lot of positive reviews on it. Shebang is like kind of it's a really catchy song as well, man. Like the beat is hard. And then it's like pretty much this video is like a bunch of explosions. And when you get to the end of it, you see Drake like in his car watching it. You know what I'm saying? I think it's Drake, but you see a view from a car watching the whole explosion. So the whole video is an explosion. There's pretty much there's a video for every song on this album except for like two, I think. I think the intro and I want to say the is it the last track? There's like two tracks that don't have videos. Shebang serves as Drake's direct commentary on the aftermath and lingering tensions of his high-profile 2024 rap feud with Kendrick Lamar. You know, instead of holding back, what does it say? Oh, never mind. Damn, what the hell is this? My bad, y'all. It went away. The thing I was reading went away. But anyway, so he's like, so he goes into it, you know, and then Quavo's up here too. He's like, can I forgive? I can't. What do I need? Some head. Shorty keep asking the date. She's trying to finesse Polly Market for bread. So he's getting to that flow right there. You know, but like I said, the beat is hard though. And then he's who should I take his bitch? tennis lessons with a Nike skirt on her ass popping. So I was wondering if that was like a Serena Williams like shot or something like that. You know what I'm saying? The mirror's right. He was like, "Where's the goat? They need one. The mirror's right here. I see one." So pretty much I'm the GOAT. I don't care what nobody talking about and everything. What kind of clip? Extendo. What kind of switch? Nintendo. Y'all hanging out with friends though. They hanging out the window. So it's talking to shit. What's in my raps? It's facts. She said she misses me. All caps. Gotta aim better with that. What's up with the life? Is lit. But I know it get better than that. So pretty much saying like you can't kill me and everything. And he's saying my raps is facts. And he kept saying that Kendrick is lying. That's why you see the Pinocchio mask and all that stuff, and he does like these encrypted like videos, and all that. I'm still trying to figure out what all these videos mean. He loves that tower in Toronto. Like the majority of these videos, you see that tower. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said in the comments, "Yo, he love that tower." He's like, so now, he's like, all my ops is dead. What am I now possessed? How do I feel to refresh? Secrets I know got you stressed. Will I take those to my death? Haven't decided just yet. All of my ops they dead. So that's him talking to shit and everything. So that is Wayne. Wayne. Oh my goodness, why I say Wayne? That is Drake on Shebang, man. So then make them pay, man. Make them pay. That make them pay is my shit. I love make them pay. The way the song sounds, man. Free. Hard, man. Song is hard. My easily my favorite track on the album. Easily. You get old Drake and you get new Drake. Like I said, it's just like the subject matter. Like when you listen to what he's saying, you know what I'm saying? He's talking this shit and everything. So I can see people that don't like the song is probably because of what he's saying. But when you just listen to it sonically, it's real good. So yeah, man, this right here he just went into it. Albany Marina that done served us hundred subpoenas. I done got my shit inside arenas like Gilbert Arenas. I remember lobster ravioli up in Serafina. I was in a dream hotel before I was in a loop like a carabiner. And shout out to the sweet things for Wellahima who tell me the white party Drake, I love the album. Man, well, I mean it. You're kind of genius. And like Dip said, I really mean it. You're a genius. I really mean it. And then of course, like Cameron and Jim Jones got a lot of love for Drake and everything. I need compliments because lately it's just been there's just been falling outs. The disagreements. The industry is really evil. And I faced the way they paint me, but it hurts like just like the Philly Eagles. LA loved the sound. I could play a show for a million people. Like so, pretty much saying he still gets love from LA and everything. Don't be surprised if you see the whole YMNCA just like the Village People. So if you see the whole Young Money in California like the Village People, don't be surprised. He's like these niggas measuring their dick size in millimeters. That's a pause worthy bar, but I get it. I rack up the tab in Chanel because I do buy everything like I'm Middle Eastern. That right there is crazy. I do buy everything like Dubai in the Middle East. He was like, but I realized I got to get a little deeper. Other than me talking about the way I'm flipping dough like Little Caesars, obviously that bar was kind of like low key. I'm trying to catch one of you boys stargazing in the field like little leaguers. You know what I'm saying? Trying to catch you slipping and everything, and ain't no passes for your crip walking, all that diss talking, kiddo beat it. Diss talking, kiddo beat it. You're not nobody cares about the crip walking and everything. I think he's referring to like the pop out and all that stuff. I'm supposed to be my brother's keeper, so don't make us hit you with a buzzer beater. That right there was hard. He's like, now you gotta plan a meeting with just me, like the Russian leader. So that right there, you already know about that one. What Vladimir Putin, and shake my fucking hand in front of the other people. Since 2009, as I climbed the ladder, they envy me like Nevada, but it never mattered. See, like now that's the thing about it, man. 2009, bro. Like when Drake came out, I don't remember anybody talking bad about him in '09. I feel like he got a whole lot of love like in 2009, you know what I'm saying? Before like he turned to like the tough guy and everything. He got a whole lot of love in 2009 because he was doing what nobody else was doing. He was paying homage, he was showing love, he was doing all that stuff. So, it's wild to me, man. He's like, you niggas running talk to hold for a second opinion. Me, I stood 10 T's and accepted the mission. So he's saying, y'all go run to Jay-Z. He looks at like Jay-Z, y'all OG. Cause I much rather death than submission. I'd rather die than submit. How can you press the ignition and let some memories of the past affect your decision? So now he's talking about J. Cole. I love you because of history, but if we being real, I could never forgive you. And you never called back, but destiny's written. For real. That right there is crazy. So we got Destiny's Child with the link with Jay-Z. Then we got the Destiny's Written, and he's talking about, J. Cole and everything. So he's like, fuck a big three anyway. There was too many chefs in the kitchen. It was a mess to begin with. So pretty much there's too many egos going on right now. And now they got a new GOAT and we gotta test the position. So obviously the new GOAT is supposed to be Kendrick. We gotta test the position. He's like, but damn, who is this guy for real? I guess a magician. 100 million streams vanished. No one got questions for niggas. Like, pretty much saying, like, where did Kendrick go? Like, where did streams go? Like, where is he? Nobody has a question for this. He's like, maybe I'm the best as a villain. Cause I got real numbers on niggas who say they got billions. I got all the chains that they ever repped in Virginia. Now, all right, so me being from Virginia and everything, this bar right here to me was just like Drake got Pharrell's chains at an auction that Pharrell didn't want anymore. But if you're just listening to it and you're not familiar with the history, you would think that Drake came and snatched them or something, or somehow he acquired them. He also has Tupac's star ring as well. So it's like he collects hip hop memorabilia. And you know what I'm saying? He's a fan of hip hop. So that's what he does. So this isn't the first time. Even in Meltdown, he talked about it too. On Meltdown with Travis Scott. That's the thing that popped up that started the whole Pusha T and Travis Scott beef. He's like, but I got all the chains they ever repped in Virginia. I got niggas' prized possessions. I get possessive on niggas. That right there was funny. I'm pressing everything. I'll get impressive on niggas. I'm pressing everything. I'll get impressive on niggas. I got problems with people who I would never, who I would have never dreamed. And that's dragging people in who don't want to get in between. So we already know with this beef and everything, people are getting dragged in. So I really like this bar right here. This bar right here is cold. Dog, I was Aiden Ross with streams before Aiden Ross had ever streamed. That right there was hard because obviously he's talking about Rick Ross. I was aiding Ross, like I was aiding Rick Ross in streams. Like I was helping him get his numbers before Aiden Ross was even streaming. You know what I'm saying? So that right there was a crazy line right there. And then this whole DJ Khaled joint, man. Khaled caught a stray too. He's like, and Khaled, you know what I mean? The beef was fully live. You went halal and got on your dean. So obviously, you know what I'm saying? You went halal. He's Muslim and everything. So you went halal, got on your dean, and then he goes in the whole Palestine bar as well, which is just insane the way he does it, man. Because when the beef was going on, we know this is like when Rick Ross was going at Drake and like Kendrick and all that stuff. um Khaled didn't say nothing, which is fine. But then Khaled's gonna go on Twitter and say, "Hey man, I got a Drake track for y'all." And Drake went back out, like replied back on Twitter, said, "No, you don't." You know what I'm saying? So like, what are you trying to do? Like, why you trying to get clout off of this? So that Drake ain't like that shit. He's like, so he's like, this right here is crazy. He's like, you was fully live, you went halal and got on your dean, and your people still waiting for free Palestine. But apparently everything isn't black, white, red, and green. Damn. So the color of the Palestinian flag, he's like, so everything isn't black and white and red and green. That right there, that line was one of the coldest lines on this album, man. That when he had it, the one he had at DJ Khaled, one of the coldest lines ever. Because Khaled would not speak on the beef. He went on the Joe and Jada podcast and they asked him about it, and he kept like deflecting. You know what I'm saying? Talking about how he loves Rick Ross and he loves Drake's. Like, 38 Special said it best. He's like, niggas play both sides and try to blame the fence. That's real. So he's like, I'm greater than everybody, like some shredded cheese. I was in Hazleton at one before. I was in the loop like a set of keys. So obviously key in the loop and everything. Shouts to Cherokee D and Sky Black. So now he's talking about, the porn stars, Cherokee Dash and Sky Black. And then Cherokee even said this man is rapping about something from 20 years ago. So he's like, shouts to Cherokee D and Sky Black. We all know like Drake likes to day drop with, but he did the same thing with SZA. I used to date SZA back in '08, and if it's cool, we could let the song play. And that was on Savage Mode 2 on 21 Savage's album with Metro. So yeah, shouts to Cherokee D and Sky Black. Because they was at my birthday when I was searching Big Booty Ebony's G's. So now the penthouse in Bahamas is right next to Jordan, like I'm Lebanese. That right there was hard. Apparently, niggas' souls is for sale like the seven seas. Crazy. I gave you everything you ever need, but let me find out that Amex the only ones that credit me. That right there is crazy. American Express is the only one that credits me. Credit me for making y'all everything you could never be. My sixth sense is kicking in because all I hear is people that are dead to me. So obviously I see dead people, sixth sense. And then we talk about like the whole sixth sense bar that Kendrick had when he was coming at Drake. And that's why I'm turning on my red receipts. to let you know that everything that said to me will forever be stored in my memory. So that right there, obviously, it's a flip on like the memory. You know, you got it in your phone and everything stored in your memory in my memory bank. I'm better off independence. They should let him leave. So free. And then obviously, I believe this is also him being free from his label as well. Because people were saying like these three albums got him out of his deal. I'm not sure how true that is. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. But they're saying that's the reason why he dropped these albums. But yeah, so that was free, man. Next track we have, oh, I call it free, man. It's make them pay. Next track we have is Burning Bridges. Burning Bridges is dope too. I ain't gonna lie. I like Burning Bridges, the song.
Things will be okay.
And I ain't gonna lie, like the video made me like Burning. When I first heard Burning Bridges, I didn't really like it. But then when I saw the video, they're over here all celebrating and everything. And they're over here talking they shit. National Treasures is fire too. That's the one after this one. But yeah, like man, this one right here, man. These are like shots of people that used to be part of like his clique and everything, and now they switched up on. He's like, I can never cry when I see your face. I'm way too in love just to let you walk away. I know it's your dream to start a family in LA. They love me too much here. I cannot relocate. So he's saying he still got love in Los Angeles and everything, regardless of what's going on. And he's like, I put you niggas through the ringer. You getting bodied by a singing nigga. You know what I'm saying? We all know that bar. I'm with Noel like I'm Chris Kringle. Your baby mama ain't even post your single. So obviously, I believe he's talking about ASAP Rocky. And then he even talks about how he won't burn the bridge with Rihanna and her sister because he says, your baby mama ain't even post your single. Damn, where she at? Yeah, where she at? Your baby mama ain't even post your single. I'm off Quay, and make my body tingle. Yo, saying tingle is just crazy right there, man. He's like, look in the mirror, see where you're talking, get you. Look in the mirror, see where you're talking, get you. You should be swimming with the fucking fishes, but I still got love for your missus and her sister. So I told Capo we can't burn them bridges. You know what I'm saying? So I don't fuck with you ASAP, but I fuck with Rihanna and her sister. I don't want to burn those bridges. You saw my brother, you was trying to fix it. Now you drop your album and you back dissing. So obviously ASAP Rocky's album and everything. I still got listened. I still never listened to ASAP Rocky's album. We G Block babies. We are not musicians. My niggas didn't have a pot to piss in. Now they drop the top so much they got the drop addiction. Capo got so many watches he might clock a nigga. So obviously clocking, catching you, clocking, punching. Capo got so many watches he needs supervision. Why you walking around, walk around the facts like you superstitious? Superstition and everything. Walking around like like when you got the superstition with the ladder and everything. You walk around it because you're superstitious. You don't want to walk underneath. You think something might happen. Yeah. So pretty much that's what this one was about, and it was really just like a bot for real, man. But it's like it hit hard. You know what I'm saying? Like ASAP knows what he's talking about. And then he goes, your baby mine ain't even post your single. So it's like going in on that. So next we have National Treasure. All right. So like I said, National Treasure is dope. I'll play a little bit of it.
Y'all niggas brokey, that's probably why y'all be shacking together. Capo and Leader got habits together like couples vacation, they packing together like.
It's just hard, man. Like the beat is hard, man. This is like typical Drake right here, man. And then like Drake's like in his bag. I wish the album had more of these up here. You know what I'm saying? More of these would have been fire. So he's talking his shit on this one, man. Out in the six, like I'm a national treasure. The niggas that back me gon' back me forever. R.I.P. Kobe, but y'all niggas brokey. That's probably why y'all be shacking together. So obviously y'all are broke. Kobe, Shaq, scheme, and all the other stuff. Capo and Lee, they got habits together. Like couples on vacation, they packing together. Like rushing to finish, they slap it together. The charge is like COVID. They'll catch it together. These are the bars he opens up the track with. That's the reason why I like it. Cause I always say I just want Drake to rap. Like forget all the charades, the music videos, the tweets, the I leaked it. No, I didn't leak it. Yo, I did AI. No, I didn't do AI. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fuck all that shit. Just rap. You know what I'm saying? We just want to hear the raps. Not the theatrics. So he's like, charge it like COVID, y'all catch it together. They hate me so much, it's sickening. It's a sickening thing. You must have heard wrong on the call. I sent him a sack because I wanted you shipped to the king. That right there was a hard line too. When you was part of the team, we used to be planning our Mexican trip in the spring. We must have been dealing in spur of the moment. Cause why did we think you can get us a ring? So obviously we already know who this is about. They bragging about how you went home, but fuck are they on, Crody? We threw them away. G Pop sent us real one from Dago. One thing we knew, we was doing parades. Fuck all you pussies, man, who could relate. Might just go take me a walk by the sea. They diss on the boy till they blue in the face. I put all the faces that are blue in the safe. So obviously they diss me till they're blue in the face. I take all the money and I put it in my safe. You know what I'm saying? We're not worried about the same things. You niggas is birds. I wish that I knew what to say. Move to your block. I don't see your face. Your first time back since back in the day. First time lit since back in the day. We need that chip since back in the day. And my mind and my money, I'm racking my brain. Mind and my money racks in my brain. I'm racking my brain. And none of you pussies acting the same. So he's over there talking this shit, man. So yeah. Yeah, and then here we go right here. This one right here is the part for like Kendrick. He's like, boy, gotta dip out the six, run out the six, just like you did. So he's talking about Kendrick. Cause then he says, why was TPS at my crib until you boys slid? It is what it is. So pretty much what Toronto police services were at Drake's crib watching him. Yeah, allegedly they were watching him while Kendrick's whole concert was going on. They stayed there until Kendrick got on the flight. Well, yeah, until Kendrick left. He's like, check signing is my kink. Pushing out the link, I feel like a squid. And then he's like, I would probably need a YouTube search just for me to do a laundry load. Alex Moss trying to bring me back 100 years from now. He got the body froze, so obviously Iceman and all that other stuff. So yeah. Yeah, niggas gotta be around head on a swivel because we are not alone. Niggas gotta be around ice on the same shit, like we monotone. That right there is hard too. Niggas gotta be around ice with the sticks. I'm like a hockey coach, ice with the sticks, so that right there. Niggas have the bag with the pipe like it came from a, you know what I'm saying? Like it came from a microphone. That right there was hard too, man, from Scottish home. And then he's like, bag on the pipe, like came from Scottish home. Damn niggas talking about ice must be a sale on the microphone. That right there is wild. How you niggas go from asking for some tickets, now you niggas trying to stop the show. Ironic because the Iceman was a nice man. Now I'm hot and cold. So Drake talking this shit on National Treasure and everything, talking this shit about Kendrick and all that. So, like I said, National Treasure is dope. And then now we got Bees on the Table, all right? So, Bees on the Table is just like, I wasn't a big fan of Bees on the Table. I kept listening to it. It got a little bit better, but it's still not one of my favorites. But it's really catchy. So, and then you got 21 Savage on the hook. 21 doesn't have a verse, but, he's on the hook. Talking about Bees on the Table. There go that tower again, y'all. There go that tower.
Yeah, bees on the table. Okay,
And then you see like this right here. You got old girl and she got the Pinocchio joint right here. You like on her head and everything, like the target on Pinocchio. So this right here is a clear indicator that he's not letting the shit go. He's going to keep coming at Kendrick. And I think he even said something up here talking about like we're like they're gonna run the score up or something like that. So I think he's gonna try to engage with Kendrick again. But Kendrick said there are no round twos. But if Drake say Kendrick name enough, just as an MC, Kendrick's gonna have to come outside and like address it. So and he knows that. And then Drake just came out and just talking shit, man. Yeah, none of you pussies is acting the same. Minding my money, I'm racking my brain. So he goes back to the other joint. You pussies could never get back with the gang. Go to the hotel right after the game. So this is a continuation of what he's talking about with Kendrick. So he's like, yeah, he's like, you pussies could never get back with the gang. Go to the hotel right after your game, or come to your show and get back on the plane. This contract talk is frying my brain. The numbers they talking are actually insane. So now we're talking about contracts and all that other stuff. And then he talks about like his whole lawsuit with UMG and all that. He addresses that as well. So then we got B's on the table, obviously billions on the table. And then he's like, I don't want to talk about M's. I don't want to talk about friends. I don't want to talk about how this shit started, and I want to talk about how this shit ends. So, so then he says, can't talk to my dogs, can't even talk to my bitch. And then, dog, bitch, dog, a female dog is a bitch. Sometimes I sit in the parking garage and talk to my watch and I talk to my whip. So, Drake always got to talk his money talk all the time. So then Drake's like, spent months in the corner, just me and my back. I'm used to this. I'm numb to that. So pretty much I talk to myself. Let's wait on your Spotify rap. The message and this right here aged poorly, man, because he just got Spotify just had to retract some some statements because they said I think they said Drake is like the most streamed artist on Spotify since Iceman came out, but I think it was BTS, and then BTS is like whole. I think their name is BTS. Their whole like I don't know, they have like a crazy following. They went through and they called out Spotify on Twitter and all that stuff. So this right here was a crazy line, just the way it aged. Spent months in the corner just me and my back. Let's wait on your Spotify rap. The messages you about to send on the 16th. Please don't, please don't hit send. Wait, hold up. Please don't hit send on none of that. So what? You thinks he's gonna send out some Spotify raps on the 16th? Because I believe this album dropped on the 15th. I just caught that right there. Should put another blade in my back. Should have stood over and double tapped. Bank withdrawal. Need a duffel bag. What is the offer they said? What did they put on the table? What does that say on that paper? Fuck that. They got double that, triple that. So obviously he's talking about like his deal and everything. You know, that's why it's bees on the tables. Come to the six and we dip in you boys like a christening. So obviously, you know, when you're having a christening and everything, you know, talking about the whole ceremony and all that. Kevin Hart liquor. He shook. I'ma put you in sticky predicaments. Killy might come and stick off a pussy like it was just trans. Yeah, Killy might come and take the stick off a pussy like they was transitioning. That right there is a crazy line right there, man. I'm fighting the man, not suing the rapper. You boys not listening. That right there, man. That would never resonate with me well, man, because it's just like, you know, you're suing from a diss record. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like, regardless of the streams, regardless of what's going on, man, like, at the end of the day, man, like, take your L and keep moving. Like, how would you feel? Like, how would Drake feel if like Meek Mill decided he wanted to do that, take that role? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be hip hop, man. I'm fighting the man, not suing the rapper. You boys not listening. Your boyfriend a fisherman. That's just a word in the industry. Don't mean to be all up in y'all business. I'm talking spicy, hot, sizzling. Don't stick around if you visiting. So pretty much saying if you in the six, don't stick around and everything, because we're gonna come get you. So that right there was bees on the table, man. So this is gonna be a long ass video too. Where we at? We already at 42 minutes. Yeah, man. This is gonna be the longest video for this channel right here. And that's the reason why I created this channel, so I could put stuff like this up here. So yeah, then we got what did I miss? So we already know about what did I miss. There's not really much to say about that. He dropped this last year. So we already knew this with the whole Iceman rollout and everything. You had this whole, he was doing his live stream with all this, and then he took it. And then now this was just, I didn't I have my own thoughts about that right there. So pretty much in what did I miss? He's like, I'm not even gonna really go through the lyrics and everything. So pretty much he's over there just talking about everything. Like, what did I miss? Like, you know, how did I not see this coming? You guys are traitors. You know, what did I miss? I ain't been paying attention, type deal like that. But guess what? Fuck y'all. You know, then he's like, I saw bro at the pop out with him. And then after that, you know, he's talking about LeBron and everything and all that other shit. So it's crazy. Like he's dissing like everybody, DeMar DeRozan, LeBron, everybody. Everybody could get it with him on this one right here. Drake is just pissed off. A thing I like about the album too is like when Drake's talking his shit, he sounds so distressed. Like da 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 da. You pussies will never see me. Like it's just like it's like he's just irritated. It's like it's almost like he's tired of talking about it. And I fuck with the style that's like that. It's like just kind of fanning it off, but like it kind of fuck with you, but then you're kind of tired of it. You know what I'm saying? So you got one foot in, one foot out. So yeah, man. So that's what did I miss. And then now we got what? Plot twist. Plot twist is dope too. So as you can see, more guns, you know, for plot twist and everything. You know, and then
Yeah, twisting it.
like plot twist was dope because I like the chorus, man. The chorus is dope, man. I like the chorus when he does the whole he does like the whole mob, like that whole thing, mob, October gang, that whole thing right there is dope. When he's like twisting the M and the O and the B, twisting the O and the C and the T and the O and the B and the E and the R and the G and the A and the N and the G. I like that shit right there. That right there is fire to me, man. Like that chorus is dope. He's like, I haven't seen bro in a while, but that nigga is wild. I'm not in a rush to. People keep telling me smile, but bro is on trial. This shit to adjust to. I don't need security to ride around town. We could fly downtown, just us two. Unless you know the G way handshake when we go to shake hands, man can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? So unless you know our secret handshake, I can't really fuck with you. Pulling out the cash on camera, waterproof iPhone case, bro splash on camera. She wanna pop that ass on camera, sweetie. You can film, just don't put on camera. The judge trying to move so racist. We got to go beat some cases before we show faces. And all I do is shut down stages. My face never ages. I must be in God's good graces. So obviously Drake is saying like he doesn't age. If my emotions are showing, it's only because I'm ahead of what they got going. So I already see what's going on. That's why emotions are showing. I'm trying to stay laid back because the hotheads with me, they want to fight. They want to get that pay. Wait, the hotheads with me when they want to get that payback going. So pretty much saying my niggas won't chill. I gotta chill them out because they want blood. I don't recognize none of that shit that he's throwing, but maybe that's where he's from. They know it. All I know is the men and them are pissed. My bad, I didn't mean to spit like that. But yeah, so plot twist is dope, man. I like plot twist. Plot twist is like really, really like smooth and everything. And then the way he started, he's like, October's own is the label, seven-figure deal was the fable. So we already know about that. Eight-figure bought out the neighborhood, nine figures turn the tables. You pussy boy better be ready and able. I'm coming. I can't talk to bro because it's sticky, free tea and free greasy, my Achilles. My youngest put locks on the city, so niggas be shook to come out when it's litty. T, that's the Crody, so free him. These niggas is joke, and I want to be him. Wait, these niggas a joke, and I wouldn't want to be him. I'll beat the producer like what's the BPM, beats per minute and everything. I cannot escalate things if we see them. My young boys don't do it for cloud. They do it. Young boys don't do it for cloud. If they do, they cover their head and their mouth. So pretty much saying they mask up. They cover their identities and everything. Swear there's some shit that I'm forgetting about '03 out the slime and they letting him out. So I guess he got a homie that got locked up in '03 and they're gonna let him out soon. I think that's what he's saying. I'll be with them guys from the six that you niggas stay talking on Reddit about. So pretty much I'll really be with them and y'all be on Reddit discussing them. Says a whole lot, but we saw you and we had you begging out. Remember that shit? I don't know who he was talking to up here. What does it say? Oh, you talking about a Metro? Some fans point the track's broader target because Drake uses the song to address internet chatter and people talking a whole lot on forums. It's also viewed as a blanket shot towards the extended circle of artists who teamed up against him, suggesting one of them folded when confronted in person. That's what I'm saying. I wonder who it is. I don't know. But that's plot twist. Sounds like you got him slipping. Now, next we got Too Hard for the Radio. Now, this right here, I don't believe this already isn't being received well because just with the Mac Dre, with the whole Mac Dre thing, they're already saying like this is like disrespectful. They're trying to say like this is kind of like they're saying this is kind of like Drake's, not like us.
Boys front a yacht going crazy. I'm on a bridge with a tank.
So it's like he just, and then even the name Too Hard for the Radio, he took that as well, you know what I'm saying, with this Mac Dre flip. Um, yeah, so a lot of people in the Bay don't like this right here, man, because we already know GNX was like a Bay Area inspired album, so this is Drake. Yo, let me try it. Cause Drake even gave Kendrick compliments on, the track and everything on Not Like Us. He even gave him compliments on it. It was a backhanded compliment, but he gave him compliments on it. So I guess this is him trying his hand, trying to get like the Bay on his side, I guess. So he's like, listen up, it's about to be smoke. Ain't nothing but some shit I wrote about a rich ass nigga that's deep in the game. They call me Jersey Drake, and I'm keeping the name. I sport Nike shoes. I got a mic to use, and he's got like the old '90s flow and everything. I talk bad about you pussies. I don't like you fools. Got an Oakland show tonight, baby. Like the Bay Area and shit. Got an Oakland show tonight. My young boys from the yacht going crazy. So apparently he's acting like he's saying he got people out there. I'm on the bridge with the tank of unleaded. I pulled up early to that bitch. The bitch was yanking. Already said yank in the city, and I really got rank. He's saying in the city he got rank. I don't know if he's saying he got rank in the Bay Area. You see a backpack to the front, you getting spanked. I really blow M's for the fun of it. New owl, blue diamonds on the front of it. Shot my little cousin, Mr. Having none of it. Trying to campaign, yeah, Drake back running shit. So it's like, he's trying, you know what I'm saying? He's trying you know what I'm saying, the hook Too Hard for the Radio. Like it's like it has a hook. I don't know where it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's not being really received well. But when I first heard, I was like, okay, got the Mac Dre thing going on. Like I said, I was at work, and at work, I'm moving, like I'm doing deliveries and shit. So I'm hearing it in my headphones, and I'm like, all right, cool, this is dope, this is dope. But it's just like, ah man, I don't know. So he's like, he's like, when I lost Big Naughty, I took it hard, and then like he does the whole like just the whole scheme. When I lost Big Naughty, I took it hard. Need to call up some Stark for some Chrome Hearts, and he's just make her pipe down. Then he make her pipe down, there we go. Yeah, it's Mr. Pop Star on the way go. Like it's just like, I'm too hard. Like, yeah, too hard for the fucking radio. And he's starting, man. Like just I don't know, man. Then after that, he talks about Rack City and all that stuff. You ain't had one since me and YG rapped. So all right, let's go into this. He's like, hey, first off, I make real town smacks. So, like I said, this is him saying that he does it better. Boy, you know the motto. And know the motto and everything. Now we're talking about the song. Gotta push it to the Mac, gotta push it to the Mac back. When they ask him about where Davidson was, as now everybody Davidson was at. Now everybody got a blue 30 on their back. Mustard heard about us, gotta catch up with the slap. So he's talking about DJ Mustard. And then Ice says with DJ Mustard, you ain't had one since me and YG rapped. You ain't had a slap since him and YG rap, but that's on the contrary, because Not Like Us is produced by Mustard, and that's way bigger than, him and YG's track. Facts, 900 million for the tracks. Rack City, bitch. We remember that. Rack City, bitch. Rack City, bitch. Damn, you should try and get that. You should try to get back to that. This new shit, you could have kept it on the laugh fact and a nigga doing slaps. So it's like, now that's what I'm saying when it comes to like some of these lyrics, man. It's just like they're just not true. You know what I'm saying? Like you're saying that Mustard should have just stayed. You just should have been doing what he did with you and YG, and he could have kept Not Like Us. But it's like, bruh, Not Like Us is like the biggest diss record in like hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the biggest. I'm not saying it's the best, y'all. I'm saying it's the biggest record because we have the internet and everything, and the whole world heard it, and everybody was keeping up with it. Back in the '90s and everything, we talk about like Pac and Biggie, and then the 2000s with Nas and Jay. It's like the internet wasn't what it is now. So it made it to the Super Bowl. What diss record ever made it to the Super Bowl? It's crazy. So he's like, damn, y'all was really island hopping back then. And then this right here, I believe he's talking about Pusha, and I believe he's talking about Jay-Z when you're talking about like, the Epstein files and everything. He's like, damn, y'all was really island hopping back then. And then that's been debunked as well. Y'all was really island hopping back then. Your names got redacted. Yeah, now a nigga got a fact check. So now I'm on the west like the Pac-10. Yeah, I'm fucking power couples up. This right here is crazy. He was like, yeah, I'm fucking power couples up, acting like you love marrying your wife. Your boys need to worry about a jury in your life. That right there is crazy. Then he's like, and I put cedars on the boulevard. When I lost a big naughty, I took it hard. Then he goes back into like the chorus and everything. So that was like too hard for the radio. Um, and then we got Make Them Remember, another track with a bunch of disses. Like I was saying, all the Make Thems are a bunch of diss tracks. And Make Them Remember,
I'm in the battlefield, really putting.
yeah, on Make Them Remember, it's like very lyrical. You know what I'm saying? The beat isn't really nothing crazy, but it's like this is like Drake. It just seems like he's like coping with everything and reflecting like he's been doing the whole album. And then that's why he's like, he starts it off with like my social battery is drained, and then he's rapping like he really has no energy and everything. And then I believe this is the one where he talks about like one of those hard bars he had towards LeBron, man. You made your career off of switching sides. That right there made me laugh, man. He had a lot of bars up here like towards Kendrick, and then I think the one with like Muggsy Bogues. I think this is the one that has all that up there talking about Muggsy Bogues, even Doug. Yeah, I gotta say I'm surprised. Like tell it like a backhanded compliment towards Kendrick. So this one right here has a whole lot of like bars in it. So he's like, what he's saying? I'll tell you, sending me that out. Yeah, he's like, oh brother, you know me, we brothers. It's never been nothing. I'll tell you, sending me that owl emoji on the DM ain't gonna mean nothing. Well, ain't gonna mean nothing. Don't try coming around when the score is back to 10-0. This is what I'm talking about, man. Don't try to come back around when the score is 10-0. What score are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Are you trying to re-engage into the beef? Because obviously that's what this album is. Because I'm pretty sure if Kendrick says something back, Drake is going to respond. It's going to start right over. And I'm here for it. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be covering it up here. He's like, so don't try coming around when the score's back 10-0. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Then he's like, look up, turbulent flights, dodging cumulus clouds, squares drawn on the line, but we at the front, root of it now. It feels like I gotta lie to even tie. That right there is crazy. I got a lie to even tie, so I got a lie to even tie with this dude, man. So I don't even know if these are wins. I don't even know if these wins are not based on what's suitable now. You don't even hear me though. You put a jacket on everybody, you're funeral bound. So pretty much, yo, you put a jacket on everybody, you funeral bound. Like all y'all done. But like the goalposts, I'm out here just moving around, So pretty much saying the goalpost keeps getting moved throughout this beef. Like these seem like they were recorded like 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And then they were being added to as years went on. They say conclusions were drawn, but I'm in super denial. What is a loss? I'll be damned if I'm losing it now. I'm the golden goose shaking up things at Lucian's house. I like that bar right there too, man. So obviously we talk about Drake being the golden goose and everything, So he's saying like I'm the one shaking things up at Lucian's house. I'm in the battlefield, really putting boots to the ground. So now he's talking about like I'm really out here in the field. I'm really over here like in court fighting for what he said. Like he's fighting for artists and everything. So he's I'm in the battlefield, really putting boots to the ground. A booster seat for yourselves and lies that you tell. So obviously Kendrick is short, booster seat, a boost in sales, because Drake said that they were boosting, Kendrick sales to kill Drake, and because of the deal he signed and everything. They didn't want his releases to do good. A booster seat for yourselves and the lies that you tell. If Drake took out this right here is crazy. If Drake took out the AK, maybe he'd be in jail just based off the name that it spells. If you take AK out of Drake, it spells Dre, and we already know historically Dre has had domestic disputes and everything. So he's talking now. That's a shot at Dr. Dre. Um, so he's like, based off the name it spells, what they say they just smelled. I heard that they got special places in hell for niggas that joke about evil when they did it themselves. Damn. What y'all thought I was done? Y'all forgot what I done. Y'all forgot about Drake. Y'all forgot where I'm from. Y'all forgot if I gave you the hand, you under the thumb. Convenient amnesia from all of you ballerinas. It doesn't alter what you said or how it made us see you. I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in that arena. This right here is the one that made me laugh. This shit had me weak. I shouldn't even be shocked to see you in the arena because you always made your career off of switching teams up. That was hilarious. But at the same time, what I noticed, y'all remember the unmastered, unreleased and unmastered, that album? Y'all remember how that album came out back in what was it, 2015? Y'all remember how that came out? LeBron talked to Top Dog about releasing the album. From what I remember, LeBron, either someone sent LeBron Untitled or Unmastered. It was a whole bunch of tracks that Kendrick did, but they weren't on any album. And LeBron heard it and he was on Twitter talking about how dope the songs were. And somehow he got in contact with Punch, that got in contact with Top Dog or something like that. And Unreleased and Unmastered came out. I say that to say this. That was back in 2015. So LeBron has always been cool with Drake and Kendrick. LeBron has always been a fan of hip hop and music. If y'all know anything about LeBron, it's been that way since the beginning. I remember when I was in high school, and then he went to like the NBA, and he's always been infatuated with music like a lot of us. So I'm not saying he's switching sides. He's just because I feel like if Drake had something similar, he would have went to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he would have went after Kendrick's though. But I'm saying if Drake would have did some type of concert, I believe he would have been at that. LeBron would have been at that one. So it's just like Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Kendrick did something first. So I don't believe that he switched up on Drake. I think like because a lot of people don't know that LeBron has been cool with Kendrick since the beginning. I'm talking 2015 is when Untitled and Unmastered came out, but they were cool before that. Like as far as I remember, I think LeBron has been cool with Kendrick since like 2012 or something like that, man. So the bar still made me laugh though, man. It's still hilarious. I'm here for the bars. I'm here for the bars. He's like, I never got a copy of the newest rules. Apparently, and then we know Drake has a. He probably ain't got no more, but he got a tattoo of LeBron on him. I never got a copy of the newest rules. Apparently, the title of the book is called "Fooling Fools." Y'all was riding all summer. Pedo bars going number one. Pedo bars that you actually told Kendrick to use, and um, damn, y'all, I'm telling you, I'm trying to keep this as, but it's just facts of facts, man. Y'all was riding all summer with the pedo bars. Obviously, they're not like us. Going number one, and yet y'all still trying to tell me who's grooming who. So that right there, comb through your hair, grooming who. Obviously, groomers, we know what those are, when it comes to like the stuff we don't like, stuff that Ack had going on. Comb through hair, obviously grooming when you're combing through hair. Comb through hair before you cut me for a new recruit. Before you say toodaloo off of shit that you keep popping up on your Google News. Ain't been in the case since I flew the coop. I was on Carlson Ave with my mama. Numbers started going through the roof. Bentley with the B inside the wings like whoop de woos. That right there is crazy. Yeah, like Bentley with that right there is hard. I didn't catch that one. Bentley with the B inside the wings, like whoop de woo. So you know what Bentley, the B in the Bentley has the wings, and he's saying like the bees, like whoop de woo, like talking about like yeah, like gang shit. You know what I'm saying? Power rules and all that. Spinning downtown like hula hoops. Is it a fair skin or is it the fair skin or the Jewish roots? Why people want to not see me at the top like I do the do. So pretty much is it the Jewish roots? And then he says not see, you know what I'm saying? If is it the Jewish roots why they will not see why they do not want to see me pretty much at the top like I do the do. That's a Mountain Dew bar. I feel like that right there was funny. Damn, and fuck the Billboard number one, whoop de doo. So obviously, I feel like that's a Young Thug thing right there. Whoop de doo. You know what I'm saying? So fuck a Billboard number one, whoop de doo. They rigging the game because you fighting the biggest artist. So obviously, talking about UMG rigging the game for like Kendrick. They trying to have me stuck in the position like rigor mortis. That right there is one of Kendrick's well-known tracks right there, rigor mortis when Kendrick was coming up. Turn my back on you just to give you the biggest target. So turn my back on you like daring you. They only know your name in the bigger markets. So this right here is kind of interesting too. You know what I'm saying? So Kendrick is saying he has all the markets, not just a big market. But this right here is kind of like I don't know. They only know your name in the bigger markets, never the little markets, B markets, C markets. All of those is D markets. So pretty much the B and the C markets, all those are Drake markets. Like those are the markets I'm in as well as the big markets. But Kendrick started in the little markets. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick had the whole underground wave. Him and like Black Hippie, they started underground. So the B's and the C markets is where they start, is where Kendrick and TDE started at. And then they got to the big markets. But you be at that flea market. That's code in the six. It means chances are you taking a plea bargain. So you being in the flea market means you're snitching. You belong in a pack with some rats like Dean Martin. Me, Wayne, and Mac, the three amigos. I'm Steve Martin. I swear I'm going loony over tunes like that Green Martian. So obviously the Green Martian and Looney Tunes and everything. Then we're going loony over tune. We're going crazy over Wayne because Wayne's name is Tune. Young Tune and everything, Young Tunchi. So he's like, I swear I'm going loony over that. I'm going loony. I'm going loony over tunes like that Green Martian. So please stop. The memories of where we used to live, but truth be told, I can't never see the block. This right here is crazy. Memories of where we used to live, but truth be told, I can never see the block. It's blocked by the treetop. So obviously, this is him talking to Game and YG. So pretty much saying you already know when YG came out because Drake used YG in a bar to kind of discredit Kendrick, and YG didn't like that. He said, keep me the fuck out of it. So he's saying I'm trying to see the block. See the block Pyru is Game's gang. And then he's like, but I can't see past the treetops. TTP, treetop Pyru is what YG is. So that right there is like YG's blocking it. So that's him saying YG without saying his name. So I can't see the block. It's blocked by the treetops. Please stop asking about what's going on with 23 and Me. This right here is another LeBron shot that is fire. Please stop asking about what's going on with 23 and Me. I'm a real nigga. He's not. It's in my DNA. 23andMe, we already know what that is when you're trying to find out your ancestral history and all that stuff. You go 23andMe. So he's like, it's in my DNA. I'm real and he's not. I could have fell back like a married rapper, but we engaged. So this is a shot at J. Cole. So now he's talking about J. Cole. I could have fell back like a married rapper, but we engaged. You know what I'm saying? Engaged, married. And then he said, I told y'all I'm settled in my evil ways. Obviously, they have a song called Evil Ways together. These niggas think that the spot is up for grabs. They'll never see the day. So pretty much this is my spot. This is my shit. Ain't none of y'all taking it. To be the number one, you gotta lead the way and hold something over my head forever. You're still a couple feet away. That right there is hard too. Your insecurities keep spanning reason. Your insecurities keep spanning season to season like you Issa Rae. That right there is crazy. So now we're talking about insecure and everything. Plot twist, the owl never sees the cage. So this is when he's talking about like the Not Like Us video when you have Kendrick when he's like in the cage, when the owl's in the cage and he walks away. You know what I'm saying? And then he's like, plot twist, the owl never sees the cage. The owl only wakes up to seize the day. That right there was hard to me. Talking about hiding Bibles. Maybe you should read the page. Iced out crosses on their necks. They get Jesus saved. So obviously, Kendrick had the iced out cross on his neck for the pop out tour and all that. I mean, the pop out concert and all that. So, Drake is saying you need to read a page out of the Bible because you think Jesus saves. So he's like, I start crosses on your necks thinking Jesus saves. Well, even if he does, nigga, either way, the blasphemy you tell let me know that your amazing grace gonna be delayed. So pretty much saying you're a hypocrite. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you niggas should be ashamed. The fact that you bring those talks to get some decent plays, goodness gracious, God want to wipe that little smug look right off your fucking face. That right there, I felt the pain, man. When I heard Kendrick, when I heard Drake say that, I felt the pain. And I thought about it was from the Super Bowl. Say Drake, and he smiled. So just this is what he said. God wanna wipe that little smug look right off your fucking face. Like that right there had me weak, man. Drake is pissed. All you really did was cap like uppercase. And then when you talk about like the cap and there all that stuff, and then like didn't he have the lowercase joint that was going on for like was it PG Lane? What was it? I forgot what it was, man. Y'all let me know in the comments. He had the it was like the lowercase, like everybody was saying it's like A minor and all that stuff. So he's saying all you did was cap like uppercase and of course uppercase is caps. Dodge a troop, but still managed to finally get a hit that lets you run a base. So that right there was dope too. Now he's talking about baseball. You know what I'm saying? Dodge a troop, you know, Dodgers and everything. Dodge a troop, but still managed to finally get a hit that lets you run a base. So pretty much, you know, hit a little home run. Niggas sought you out at first. You need him, so you out at home now, just like a double play. So back into like the back into the baseball bars. As for these other suckers that's tucked away, I'm down to put bills on their face. No wonder why they've been ducking Drake. So that right there, ducking Drake, bills on their face. Like, so you know, already know what he does with that. Bills on their face. No wonder why they ducking Drake. Let's not even take it to the other place. You boys too pussy like double dates. You know, double dates usually are like two women running out the six like you won a race. So now he's going back to like when Kendrick performed in Toronto and saying he got up out of there quick. I watched the scout spaz him with a puzzle face. Who knows which one of his double shaped tings I must have ushered through the double gates. Showed her the time of her life while Broski having stomach aches. Hearing about good times at Lover's Lake. That's right. This is like Tahiri and Joe Button. Like he's dissing everybody, man. So that's what he's talking about. Like Joe Button and Drake have had this long rivalry of smashing each other's girl and all that stuff, being in the same circles when it comes to the females and everything. It's hilarious. I'm here for it. So he's like, showed her a time of her life while Broski having stomach aches, hearing about good times at Lover's Lake. I send her back to you while you sleep walking naked in another state. And we already know, like Joe Button got caught sleepwalking naked. Oh, you'll live to see another day. And even if you don't, it's just another day. So pretty much if you die, nobody cares, is what he's saying. So, even he's like, oh, you'll live to see another day. I did this with your girl and sent her back to you while you sleepwalking naked. You'll see another day. But even if you don't, nobody cares. You know what I'm saying? It's just another day. Nothing changed. We ain't crying for your punk ass anyway. I'm a I'm a six side renegade for anybody adding more lemons to the lemonade. So pretty much you add more lemons to the lemonade. I'm a six side renegade. I'm staying on my side and I'm coming at you. Souring the vibes that I generate. I'm 16 years in the game. This ain't Minute Maid, so this ain't no overnight stuff. 16 years in the game. Scrimmaging with scrubs for the love of the game. Cause I'm unamused and all the goats are middle aged. This part right here is crazy. And then he's talking about all the ghosts are middle aged. So we're talking about Jay-Z, we're talking about Clips, we're talking about people like that. He's like the Muggsy Bo. He's like, and Muggsy Bo's duck for once. Even I'm a bit amazed. You know what I'm saying? So he's saying like Kendrick is short, and he dunked. He scored. He's like, so anything can happen. This is an anomaly. Like this can never happen in any other lifetime. This is something that would never happen again. So he's like, yeah, someone give this kid a raise. What is it? The braids, even if I cut them, I can never fade. I mean, it's Drizzy Drake. That right there was a hard line too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that goes back to Kendrick. What is it? The braids on Euphoria and everything. And he's like, what is it? Braids, even if I cut them, I can never fade. You know what I'm saying? I can never fade away. It's Drizzy Drake. So he's saying I ain't going nowhere, man. Shouts to Drake, man. He's fighting back. He's fighting back 2 years later, but he's fighting back. Now we got Lil Birdie. Lil Birdie is hard though.
Ay, ay,
Ew.
yeah,
The thing about Lil Birdie, it's like a Kodak flow. He's rapping like Kodak Black.
dirty. I be telling Alex Moss, fuck it, his and hers it. Ay, well, yeah, his and hers it.
It's like up here is like really rapping like Kodak up here. I wonder if Kodak like had anything to do with this track up here. But like yeah, Lil Birdie is like it's kind of it's just like a bop. You know what I'm saying? It's more like a bop. Um, I don't know, man. I don't like. I mean, it seems like up here. I don't. I don't remember him really talking about nobody. Well, not nobody specifically. Of course, he's talking shit, talking about different people in there, like talking about just niggas in general. So he's like, I don't like going to Vegas. I started missing Virgil. Had to be sick. He was witnessing that shit in person. All these pussy niggas tripping like they flipped the hurdle. All these pussy niggas acting like they missed a murder. All these Arab women treat me like I'm Prince of Persia. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it's like a club bang. You know what I'm saying? A little birdie said you did me dirty, and the story keep on getting worse. I'm getting worried. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like 2009. I'm lit. I told them hurry up and book me. So it's kind of like he's not really. I don't really remember anything going on in this one lyrically. I just remember it like being a bop. You know what I'm saying? I be telling Alex Mose, fuck it, his and hers it. You know, it's just Drake being Drake. It's a club banger from Drake. You know what I'm saying? He did this really well. And like I said, like Kodak would have been fire up here. So I don't know if he has to borrow his style or what, but yeah, Lil Birdie is hard, man. Lil Birdie is one of them tracks you could just have playing at like a function or something like that. I know a lot of people aren't though, man. I know they kicking Drake's back in online, dog. Even like Drake's fans, and that's what surprised me, man. Because don't get me wrong, like I fuck with Drake and I fuck with Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those things like I'm not a Drake stan, I'm not a Kendrick stan. So it's kind of like what Drake, like with his stands, they're kicking his back in about this album, talking about, yo, man, we waited this long, you gave us trash. This album is not trash. It's not as good as everybody thought it was gonna be, but it's definitely not trash. It's definitely not trash. And I think as time goes on, more people are gonna spin it back, they're gonna hit it on the radio and they're gonna come around. I think it's just because the way the market is right now, like just the music that's been coming out, people need time. And then like real shit going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? So don't nobody really want to hear about throwing money in the club and all that shit. People got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? Inflation is on the rise. People want to talk about that shit. You know what I'm saying? They want to hear music empowering themselves. So I just feel like in this era right here, Drake's music doesn't really fit like how it used to. I'm not saying it don't fit at all. It doesn't fit like how it used to. So yeah. But yeah, y'all, that's Lil Birdie. Next track we have is Don't Worry. Did I like this one? There goes the tower again. The tower is everywhere, man. See. Yeah, I didn't like Don't Worry. I didn't like Don't Worry. This was one of the ones that was a that was like a skip for me. And then pretty much he's like, you know, it's a Drake song, you know what I'm saying? It's a Drake song for the ladies. You know, he's like, come and have the best time on the best side. We still up, it's bedtime on the west side, east side, west side, east side. Popping out in Chubb side is going to be a party. Candy pink paint job. She pull up like a Barbie. Ref um Ref one, he's so drunk. He just played Nicki, then some Cardi. I'm sorry. You know, so I wonder if that's like him talking to like Nicki Minaj, like the whole Nicki Minaj and Cardi B thing. You know, he just played some Nicki, then some Cardi. I'm sorry. I wonder if he's apologizing to Nicki Minaj for that right there. She want to go next door. She want to meet party. You know, so that's a party next door bar right there. You know, go off of Triple S sexy songs for you. That Triple S thing is funny too, man. When I saw that, I was like, yo, that reminds me of Freddie Gibbs, because you know what I'm saying. Like, you know, Soul separately, a fire. One of my favorite, if not my favorite project from Freddie Gibbs, like sonically, like Soul separately. That's my shit. But like, yeah, sexy songs for you. Party next door. So I think that's what that was right there. Why isn't Party Next Door up here? They did an album together. Why isn't he up here? This song, I mean, this album don't got a lot of features. What we got? We got Future. But yeah, so this is like Don't Worry.
You know that I'm drinking, smoking, thinking.
Like it's going to make noise. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not making noise now, it's going to make noise. Like I have no doubt in my mind about that. Next track we have is Firm Friends. This one is interesting.
Yeah.
I like Firm Friends because like he's back talking his shit. He just sounds drained again. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you think I didn't see that you stayed silent? That's like endorsing it all. May as well stand behind him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people that Drake look at it like if you rock with him, you should speak up. He doesn't like if you stayed silent, then it's just as bad in his eyes. Like you co-sign what he's saying about me because you're staying silent. Like, why are you quiet? Speak up for me. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you think I didn't see that you stayed silent? That's like you endorsing it all. Might as well stand behind him. I stood beside you. You thought there was some good. I thought there was some good inside you. Situations like these, they force you to notice the difference. Look at me and the Neeks, for instance. We know we live different lives, and we've been on our separate missions. Look at how time flies. 20 years past, he's still the same guy. Is he talking about like I thought he said Meek? Neeks is a nickname of Drake's long friend Nicholas Carino. Oh, Neeks was an in, integral part of finding the OVO sound. Okay, got you. So he's talking about his homeboy. All right, cool. I don't know why. When I was listening, I thought he said Meek. You know what I'm saying? Him and Meek Mill, because I thought they was like cool still. He's like, but I get it. If you want to be the main guy that explains why most people die, not knowing who would have stuck by their side, it doesn't even cross my mind. They just go along for the ride. They'll never know they friend's decision. Friends never had to decide. That right there is real. What does someone do after doing everything you could have done for everyone? You just do what you should have done since day one. You stick with your day ones. Then he says, I'm not a villain or the victim. I'm the author. My right hand guides the pen along the pages until the chapter's done. What would they do to me if they ever caught me riding dolo? Would they take my chain and watch? Would they take my chain and watch, or would they take my photo? That right there is crazy. Fuck that. I'm still in the stew with Noel, and the sun went down. We could tell. It's so many opportunities, but we still here by ourselves. It's been nearly 14 years. He ain't worked with no one else. So he's talking about real friends. This is if you want to be part of Drake's circle, this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? This is the caliber that you in the cloth you have to be cut from. These are the specifications right here. He's like, trust me, the owl's glistening more than it's ever been. Speaking of owls, y'all know academics got an owl chain from academics got an owl chain from Drake recently, I think like yesterday of recording this video. Trust me, the owl's glistening more than it's ever been. Trust me, I'm the highest that I've ever been, the greatest that I've ever been. I've been alternating from being overseas and listening to beats, strong opinions from the weak, for 400 something weeks. They deep-seated resentment is what's filling up their seats. They deep seat resentment is what's filling up their seats. I've seen goats act like sheeps, co-workers turn into enemies. Damn, I got enemies, got a lot of enemies. A lot of niggas try to train me as energy. You already know that, right? I got enemies, got a lot of enemies. And then like Conductor produced this beat, you know. So he's like, right now, me and Conductors, we got more fucking chemistry than MIT. That right there is dope. 2 hours for some 2 hours, was it Gasad for some peace and serenity. Then it's back to Zurich for OVO supremacy and hotel amenities. You know, so he's over here, you know, he's talking. But I'm not Jonathan Kennedy, rest in peace. But I really can't bloody up the triple button Giovanni suit because I'm OCD. That right there is crazy. My son is taking corner. So then that now he talks about his son and everything. He was like the group chat was bumping those oppie guys, but not me, like begging to get out a ticket. Now they want a cop, please. Like, you know, begging out a ticket, cop, please, please, please let me out a ticket, cop a plea. My son is taking corners. My son is taking corner kicks in front of the Louis Enrique at PSG, and y'all talking about inflating the numbers on DSPs and me having better perspective on life doing DMT, nigga. KYS ASAP, you know, kill yourself ASAP. That's some shit that you could do for me. So pretty much he's saying like y'all over here worried about y'all talking about me inflating my numbers and I'm over here spending time with my child. And we already know, you know, say Drake, you know, what Kendrick said, you know, dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father. Like stuff like that. So Drake's like, man, you talking about me not being there for my son and y'all talking about me running up numbers. He was like, you know, fake numbers, and I'm over here kicking it with my son. What are y'all talking about? That's why he's saying like KYS ASAP, you know, so he's talking this shit. And I feel like that was a shot at ASAP Rocky too. I could be reaching, you know what I'm saying? Um, he was like it was my first Chanel. I could have posted receipts that would have made niggas read them and weep. I wonder what these receipts were when I heard this. Reporting live from the scene where I wasn't supposed to be revived by the EMTs, you know. So he's thinking about like I wasn't supposed to, I should have died. I did not break up a happy home, baby. You pulled up on me. I don't know who he's talking about. Tell him why you really hate me and what year did she date me? Taking another shot at ASAP. I know niggas going crazy as I cop all them items you niggas put up for sale. So that right there, once again, we're talking about Pharrell's chains, Pac's ring, and all that stuff. So I know niggas going crazy as I cop all the items you niggas put up for sale. I started a museum in my house called Try Someone Else. That right there is crazy. Your friends never had to decide if they want to stay. The strength of your bond has never been tested in any way. So pretty much saying like, you know, ain't never been a test for you and your friendship out there like it has been on mine. I've been on the longest run. I don't know how to walk away. And people have been telling Drake, just leave it alone, walk away. But I think no one really told Drake to go somewhere. We just said rap, leave the beef alone. Just go back to topping the charts like how you was. It's baby step for you boys. Y'all walking before y'all run. Obviously, baby steps. Kendrick Small. Secluding me might have been the worst thing that they've ever done. I'm a product of where I'm from. One sound, one band. The order make they way through the proper chain of command. Okay. One sound, one band, the proper command, the channels, and all that stuff. And if everything goes to plan, I'll be making the name change from the boy to the man. So obviously, Drake refers to himself as the boy. So he's saying like the man. And then, Kendrick has said something about, he's like, where's the boy? Because I haven't seen the man yet. So he's like, this whole album, he's responding to like this is from Kendrick amongst other people. But y'all just wouldn't understand. Damn, from mass distribution to leading my own version of revolution. Private arbitration leads to resolution. Beat the game so many times the shit got abusive. Fuck the artists and producers. I don't want to hear excuses of your plans for the future truces. So pretty much saying I don't want no truces. Fuck all y'all. I'm so far gone that thank me later is useless now. I'm so far gone that a thank me later is useless. So like I'm gone. Like I don't want none of your apologies. Thank me later. Don't thank me for nothing. So he took two of his albums and threw them up there. I'm so far gone that thank me later is useless now. CTE from trying me and still they want another hit. So pretty much, y'all know what CTE is when we talk about like football and all that stuff. And he's saying they still want another hit after getting CTE from me. They still want to get hit again. Made a living off of. Oh no, he didn't. Bitch, yes I did. Skeletons in your closet. We trust. This ain't the bone to pick. The way we doing, he's like, they say what we doing, Ice. We running it back. What has Iceman ever done other than that? Even when under attack. Y'all don't know the stamina it takes to run up the stats. My numbers are humbling facts. Mistaking my sons for brothers, but it won't happen again. You better check your tone. I'm not one of your little friends. That right there is a hard line right there because that's something you say to your children. So mistaking my sons for brothers, but it won't happen again. So you know what I'm saying? Like y'all are my sons, y'all aren't my brothers. You know what I'm saying? So he talks about like obviously, he took Kendrick on tour with him, he took ASAP Rocky on tour, and took all these artists on tour with him that had problems with him now. Well, they had problems. I'm not gonna say they had problems with him like it's one way, but like they had problems with each other. So he's saying like, you better check your tone. I'm not one of your little friends because that's what you say to your kid when you hear your kid talking out of line. I got shots about to fly at one of y'all heads again. Many shots about to fly. Even though some of my friends still talk about you guys like they leaning towards your side. I think karma's taking too long. An eye for both of your eyes. That I'll show you love is blind for real. You know what I'm saying? So both your eyes are gone. Love is blind. You won't be able to see nothing. So that was Drake talking shit on firm friends right there, man. But like he said, I got shots about to fly at some of y'all heads again. Man, shots about to fly. Even though some of you of my friends still talk about you guys like they leaning towards your side. So people that say they down with Drake, they're still talking about them, and Drake's like, nah, man, you gotta go too. So, all right. I think we're on the last track now. Yeah, make them know, man. Another diss. The whole album. Make them know. I got here. All the make 'ems confuse me. Let me see.
But we know it's a truth and a lie. And I
Yeah, I mean, make them know was dope too. Make them know it was a dope way to close the album out. So he's like, I'll make them know. He's like, I tried and I tried. To the R switch playing with the I. I'll never forget that July. The worst that I felt in a while. I'm glad that you think that I'm soft. I'm glad you think that I'm shy. I need you to think all these things. I got bigger than what's in my mind. I take it an eye for an eye, another eye for an eye. I'll send you boys up to the sky. I still haven't lost any sleep and definitely didn't cry. So he's talking this shit once again. Mistaken identity mixed with adrenaline, almost just kissing you goodbye. It's rap, so it sounds like a lie when I talk to you and I confide. I'm going back to Cali. I got hearts in both of my eyes. You got love for Cali, you know what I'm saying? So obviously, everything going on in Cali, almost like Drake's not welcome there. He was like, I'm sleeping with death on my mind. So he's saying I'm going back to Cali. I could die over there. You know what I'm saying? Now, obviously, it's a flip on Biggie. I'm going back to Cali. So it's a flip on that. He was like, so I'm sleeping with death on my mind because the shots that I called in my time and karma has been on my side. But I also just heard that she's blind, like Karma's blind. That bitch might just switch on a dime. So Karma might switch on him and he could die. Cause she can't even see I'm a god. Pressure been getting applied, and I know I've been bad with replies. So the lawsuit, the lawsuit I got is fried to the R switch place with the I. They'll frame it as people retired, but we know what's a truth and a lie. They act like like we signaling a deal when they pay me for wasting my time. They act like I lost my appeal, but they'll pay me for changing my mind. They got the wind off the fact that I was hit. Nah, he's like they got the wind of the fact I was hit and the whole world started to chime. Not scared of no suit or no tie. Cause shit, victory always been mine. You know, cause victory's always been mine. Like it's crazy reading this right here. It sounds like nursery rhymes when you're reading this. You know what I'm saying? Cause da 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 da. But it's also the beat when you listen to it.
Act like we signing a deal.
And then look at this right here. Look at what he's doing with the gas can and everything. He's about to burn all these phones and everything. I guess this is a representation of the bots. Like these are the cell phones and the bots that are like, the fake streams, the what he would call K bots and everything in this video. So these are like the robots like in his comments, in his mentions and all that other stuff. So I think that's what he's doing up here. So yeah, hold up, let me see. He's like, I reserve this shit like I'm indigenous. Bobby from six Bobby from 6'1", bro, and he under my arm like I'm ticklish. Yo, the word ticklish is just like when I heard that when I was listening, I was like under my arm like I'm ticklish. Like what the hell is he talking about? But he's like, I reserve this shit like I'm indigenous. Bobby from 6'1", bro. He under my arm like I'm ticklish. How do we say they got classic if it's shits that you never revisited? So obviously it's not a classic if you don't revisit it and everything. So that's what he's talking about, like the people he's talking about. And if that shit you revisited, then why am I the boss of the businesses? Niggas been talking on digital, knowing how shit could get physical. So pretty much, Twitter fingers. Niggas gonna see me at Birds and act like they fucking invisible. If a Rolex I want about to drop, I'll reserve it like I'm aboriginal. 50 millimeter president for all the times shit got political. So obviously he's talking about the watch and everything, the presidential rollie. This album I'm never submitting it because I know that they'll never consider it. This might be the one year I won. This might be the one year I won because I know how they be. Wait, this might be one year that I won because I know how they like to position it. My bros want to mob on the stage, but I tell them boys, nah, I have discipline. So obviously, his boys when they go in. Then of course, like mob ties and all that stuff that he's affiliated with. Them shits don't even have no significance. I just want to turn up with the gang. See, now think about this. I just want to turn up with gang. This is the thing, like when it comes to Drake that people are talking about, because Drake said, like, he's battling pushing 40 and everything. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Drake is like 39. So he's battling pushing 40, but then you're talking about turning up with the gang. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to mature or are you trying to like stay young? And I think that's what it is. I think a lot of Drake's fan base grew up. So I think I think that's the confliction with grasping his music how everybody used to. You know what I'm saying? It's a different climate right now too. Um, but yeah, so he's like, what he say? I just want to turn up with gang. They want to turn up with the syndicate and bro just touched down in the States. Took a jet ski from Windsor to Michigan. These niggas recouping on 2012. They got to do it in increments. What happened to Drake from 2009 when all the moments was intimate? What happened to Drake with the innocence? I don't think we'll be seeing him again. So pretty much Drake saying he's not innocent anymore. Like he's on demon time. He's Iceman and all that stuff. But like I said, man, yo, in 2009, bro, like in 2009, I don't remember nobody hating on Drake. 2009 was so dope because you had J. Cole and you had Drake. Like who was going to be the one? And Drake was the one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, yo, he's with Young Money. Wayne had his no ceilings run and everything. Wayne was still smoking stuff. He still had his dedication series coming out. Like, Wayne was doing his thing. Nicki was doing her thing. Young Money was running hip hop during that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as a group goes, you know what I'm saying? As far as groups and everything, you couldn't go nowhere without hearing no Young Money. But then of course you had Ye and you had Ross. You had everybody else doing their stuff too. But Young Money, YMCMB was just doing their thing. Everybody had love for Wayne and everybody had love for Drake and everybody had love for Nicki. So it's kind of like, there weren't no haters on Drake in 2009 as far as I know. Even people I know, Like they'll be like, "Yo, man, I don't really rock with his music, but dude is dope. He could rap." You know what I'm saying? Like Drake is a phenomenal artist. He does what he does, and he does it very well. It's just the theatrics, man. It's like the theatrics and all the other stuff that's going on with it. So that's my take on it, y'all. That's my take on it. I wish I had more for you guys when it came to Maid of Honor, and I wanted to break down those, but it's just kind of like those two albums, Maid of Honor and like Hibbity, like those ones weren't for me, man. Like there's a lot of, if you want to listen to it, there's a lot of daring sounds up there. He tries a lot of different things. There's a lot of tracks up there that will translate better in like other countries, like overseas and everything, like European type feels, like African, like different continents. Like pretty much these sounds are universal, you know what I'm saying? And Drake is doing a lot of singing up here. He's got this one track with Sexy Red up here. I didn't really like that one because the Sexy Red joint, it was like kind of like, was it the Macarena? No, my bad. It wasn't the Macarena. It was, I think it was the Electric Slide or something like that. No, the Cha Cha. My bad. It was the Cha Cha. And I was like, "Yo, what is this?" And I'm over there, like, just being real with y'all, man, keeping it a buck. So, like, I'm over there working and everything. Me and my homeboy, we on the back of the truck making deliveries, and I told him, like, I went through, like I said, I listened to Iceman first, and then Made of Honor, then Hibbity. So when I listened to like for Iceman, I was good. I'm still moving around doing my thing. I was like, all right, cool, this is all right. And then after that, when I got to Made of Honor, like I fought to listen to it. Like I know I was probably in a different environment. I'm moving around, I'm trying to be active. So the environment for this won't really, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't really shaking their ass when they on the back of a work truck. Niggas shouldn't be shaking their ass, period. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not the type of energy I wanted. The Iceman energy, like that kind of kept me going because the beats were like upbeat and everything. You know what I'm saying? Then Drake's dropping his lines and I'm catching different lines. I listened to the album probably like 5 or 6 times, Iceman. And like I said, the other two I only listened to once. So like I said, I feel like these two albums, in my opinion, I feel like if you heard one track, you heard them all. That's just me because I'm not really a fan of like that type of Drake. But it says Habibti is an Arabic word that means my love or my darling. All right, so that's something I just learned right now. And then on the Made of Honor cover, apparently, well, I ain't gonna say apparently, this is Drake's mom when she was younger on the Made of Honor cover. And people were talking about it's messed up, like how the album is called Made of Honor and the first track is Whole Phase and your mom is on the cover. The album cover is dope, man. So salute to Drake, man. So yeah, y'all, that was my take on Iceman, Maid of Honor, and Habibti. Sorry if you guys came for Habibti and Maid of Honor and you didn't really get a lot of info about it, man. That's my fault. I didn't listen to it enough. But the main thing for me was Iceman. I wanted to hear that. I want to hear Drake rap. I always talk about Drake just needs to rap. I want to hear the raps. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear how he goes back and forth. And like I said, it's a very entertaining album, man. I feel like a lot of people are in their feelings when it comes to Drake. They're kind of over analyzing it, like, oh, you a grown man, like why are you still rapping about this? Why are you in your second childhood? Yo, it's one of them things, man. Like the way I feel about it, he gonna do him regardless. You know what I'm saying? So of course, everybody got their different morals and principles and everything. He's gonna do him. And like I said, it's very entertaining. And then I just realized he got the Michael Jackson glove up here too. And he's got the Michael Jackson glove with the front cover. So it's just a lot of shit is funny. But like I said, Drake, he did his thing on this album, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the more you listen to it, the more you start to like it. Especially it passes the car test. I'm gonna be real with you. It passed the car test. All the bass and everything, it hits and all that, you know. Will I continue to listen to it over and over again? We'll see. You know what I'm saying? I listened to it a lot because I knew I was gonna do this review with you guys. So that's a big reason why I kept listening to it. But there's a lot of other music dropping this month. Like I said, I'm waiting. They got the Griselda album dropping this year. I'm hoping 38 Special is about to drop 8 shots. So I gotta listen to that. I believe that's dropping next week. So I gotta be locked in for that. There's just a whole lot of music coming out and everything. So but yeah, man, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this album. Did you guys listen to all three? Did you enjoy it? I know this is kind of a lengthy video, but I kind of wanted to keep something going. Just wanted to sit down and chop it up with you guys. Y'all let me know in the comments, man. Protect your peace with your peace. Stay away from negativity and naysayers. Keep doing what you love. Keep having fun and everything will come. I'll let you on the next one. Y'all be easy out there, all right? Peace.